I want to talk about slow blues. Now there's slow blues, blues shuffle, Chicago blues, Texas blues. There's all these different variations of blues, but they all are rooted in the ideas that you're about to learn here with these slow blues strumming techniques and slow blues strumming style. All that happens with the other styles is you just speed them up more. So for slow blues, let's get an idea of what that sounds like. Okay, so might be something like this. That's what's known as the 12-bar blues. Right? We're going to get into that a little bit later. On the video screen, it's a little bit later. There you go. Let's talk about how you make that happen. Okay, the first thing that you're going to want to know are that there are 3 chords involved. Okay, in this case, I'm using G7, I'm using C7, and I'm using D7. Okay, so D7, C7, G7. Now you notice I use different fingerings for this. I switch it up all the time. Sometimes I'm playing G7 this way, sometimes I play G7 this way as a 3-stringer. Sometimes I play G7 this way, sometimes I play G7 this way. So you have all these different possibilities with the more chords that you learn and the more chord voicings that you get to know. So of course a lot of that is covered in our chord creation and chord knowledge module. If you're just getting started this month, don't worry about it. Just focus on the 3-stringers or whatever level you're up to. But try to get to know what the G7 chord is, the C7, and the D7. Okay? Beyond that, as you get more familiar with this, you're going to be able to maneuver this into different keys. Okay? Especially as you learn bar chords. Because in the bar chords, maybe I'm doing this. Sorry, I did an F major 7 there for a second. So, for the bar chords, I don't have to stay in G. Maybe I want to play in A sharp for, I don't know, whatever reason. Okay, but you're going to be able to move it around, especially when you get to know the bar chords. It's going to be a lot easier to do. But get to know, just for now, if you don't know already, the G7, the C7, and the D7. Okay? You're going to see a chart included with the 12-bar blues diagram, okay? Which is going to show you how to work within these chord structures to know what order you're playing. So how do I actually strum this? What is the strumming pattern? I'm going... I'm striking the bass note or the root note a few times. By the way, if you don't know what the root note is, no problem. I'm going to go over that really quickly right now. The root note is whatever chord you're after, the sound of the chord you're going after. So if I'm going after G, I hear that G note, G chord, G note, G's the root. What's the root of A sharp? A sharp as a note. What's the root of C? C. Right? So it's whatever C. It's whatever chord you're actually going after is the root. So we're going to play that root 2 times, and then we're going to strum down. Okay, so what did I just do there? I just played this. I just strummed through, and I stopped the strings immediately. You can use the palm of your hand. You can use the karate chop side of the hand, for lack of a better term. I'm a guitar major, not a biology major, so maybe you can correct me. But you want to use either this somewhere around here of the hand. So just stop the strings, or just use the flat side of your hand altogether. So, okay. So I played the bass, the root note twice. 1, 2. Okay. Strum, stopped it. Now I'm going to play 3 times. So it's 2, strum, 3, strum. Okay. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now a lot of times what I'll do is I'll add in one more root note before I switch chords. So I have 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Okay. That will cover all of the slow blues. Okay. Get to know those 7th chords, G7, C7, D7, and then get used to that little structure right there. Now don't worry, I'm going to play for, well, I'm actually going to loop the effect for about 60 seconds. No, I'm not going to loop it. I'll just play it straight through. Okay, and I'm going to watch the clock so I'm going to be turned this way, facing the clock. So I'll know that 60 seconds has run by. And so you want to pay attention to where we are in the video right now. Look at the little indicator. So then this way you can just rewind back to this place right here, this time place, and play along with me. Okay, I'm going to play it slowly so then we get a good feel for the whole thing all together. So get to know your G7, C7, D7, and then once you've done that, come to this time marker once we get started and play along with me. All right. So here we go. Looking at the clock. All right. Now, like I said, it doesn't matter what formation of a G7 that you use. Sometimes I use this G7. 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 Okay. So it's good to know different voicings, so you can always switch it up. But start with what you know, build up from there. All right, here we go. All right, waiting now. Mess up at a certain point because I got a little, I wasn't playing at 60 beats per minute, probably about 50, and the clock is of course going for 60 beats per minute. Now, pay attention to everything that we went over. Okay, your chords, how to stop the strings, that 1, 2, strum, stop, 1, 2, 3, strum, stop, 1, and then you're going for the next root note. G, C, D. I'm going to do the same thing now, except I'm going to loop it just so you can see in context how important a guitarist strumming this in the background really is. Okay, because I can sit here and I can play all kinds of, little nuances and things like that. But it doesn't make a whole lot of sense without a context behind it. That's why strumming is so important to the song. The strumming is the backbone to every song. So I'm going to go ahead and get us started by looping. So I'm actually going to use my guitar pick for this. By looping the sound, the chords, and then while you practice strumming those chords along with me, along with the loop, then I'm going to be improvising just all the way through. I don't even know what I'm going to do. It's not any song in particular. Just going to be hitting, maybe different pentatonics, maybe a different scale. I don't know. Still haven't decided what I'm going to do. But you're going to be playing along. You are going to be my rhythm guitarist, and I'm going to be improvising over what you are doing. So let's get over to our G7 and go 1, 2, 3, 4. Go through all 12 bars. Now it's looping. Good. Here's our C7.